Hey yo, so I'm going to give you a video review of the Radeon 5700 XT video card, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and then I'm actually going to then switch to how the actual card looks after it's installed, so you get a idea of its dimensions. So the reason why I got this card mainly was because I am a Linux user. I love Linux as my daily driver. I use both Ubuntu 20 and Ubuntu 18, and I also have Windows 10, which I just use for gaming. So I have a system that is set up as a triple boot system. So I actually installed this on an older gaming computer, which is basically like an old i7. I've upgraded the RAM a little bit, and I put the card in, and everything runs fantastic on Ultra, which has been great. So, I've tried games like Sekiro, Shadow May Run, Mountain Blade 2, been trying modded Skyrim and really pushing the graphics on it, Kingdom Come Deliverance, everything has been good. Only maybe on Kingdom Come Deliverance there was like slight choppiness on the Ultra mode, but even when you switch it to Ultra mode, it says that that's actually kind of experimental. It's mainly for just testing new hardware, and I really didn't notice that much of a difference from Ultra to the very, very high setting, which was the next setting. So everything has been running fantastically, which is great to see, especially this is like an older computer which still has some horsepower, but it's old, and I just upgraded the graphics system, and it's pretty much working like a modern system right now. So what I like about it is obviously it's Linux enabled. Out of the box, Ubuntu 20 pretty much recognized the driver, so I didn't really have to do too much configuration for that. Ubuntu 18, I still haven't gone working perfectly. I would install the driver, and there's still some problems with that, so keep that as a note. But Ubuntu 20 works fantastically. The Windows driver default, you install that, and everything works pretty well. So yeah, everything has been working well. It's Linux enabled. I also like the way it looks. Like, it looks really cool when you go switch to the install view. It's got these cool red lights, and just basically, it just looks badass. It's called Red Devil, and definitely, it just got a cool sort of modern look to it. It is a little bit big and clunky, which on my smaller case was a little bit hard to install. Like, I actually cut my fingers a couple times and had to put on gloves, and I had to get a new power supply as well, which is kind of expected. But I think 750 watt is what's required. I got 1,000 watt just to be more scalable, and everything just kind of barely fit in my smaller case, right? Small little point, but it definitely it looks great. It's my only issue with it was a bit clunky. I've had this for now a couple months now, so I haven't had any problems with it as of yet. It seems like a pretty robust system. It's got about 3 fans on it, which helps to keep it cool. Mind you, I also have some additional fans I put on my computer to just keep the ventilation going well. So I don't know how long it lasts or what sort of longevity you get on it, but so far everything seems easy peasy, and those 3 fans don't seem to get activated until you're really pushing things, right? And so yeah, overall it's a great card. I think if you want something that just Linux enabled, then this is a great card for you. And that's the whole thing, that Linux, the challenge with it is that drivers can be a bit of an issue with Linux, right? So this was, again, at least with Ubuntu 20, it was pretty much easy peasy and straightforward, right? So if you want a Linux enabled card that's also can be used for gaming, for crypto mining and whatnot, then I would definitely check this out. So now we're going to switch to the installation video, where you get an idea of how it's installed, and go from there. So there we have it. We have the Red Devil installed. It's a little bit messy right now because I haven't really set everything up in its final state, but just wanted to give you a sample of what it looks like. So as you can see, it's quite huge, right? It's almost takes up the whole length of this motherboard. So where I had to watch out is, if you see here, there's about 3 fans. You can't see the third fan, but it was rubbing up against this metal here, so I actually just stuck a little power cable right now just to keep it from rubbing against the metal. And it's quite heavy, so this is a tower, so this is going to stand upright, and I still haven't secured this fully, but I'm going to have to probably put something else also to make sure the weight of gravity doesn't snap it. If you hear some noise in the background, I also have another laptop running in the background that's making that sort of whirring sound, but it's pretty quiet. So I have 2 fans here on my CPU, so that in itself is, you know, generating some sound. Right now the 3 fans are not running, but it's pretty quiet. That's actually the nice thing about it. And yeah, so, you know, just make sure you have enough space. I really had to sort of wiggle it in. It was pretty tight, like even against these memory cards here. You know, mind you, this is an older motherboard, and I'm going to upgrade that. I want to upgrade things modularly. And I'm still haven't gotten the Linux drivers installed yet, though this is Linux compatible. And then I've got the Windows drivers. That was pretty easy to install to get it going, and I've just played a few games. So all in all, I'm pretty stoked about it, but it did took me a little bit of work to get into this this cramped motherboard. And again, this is a bit of a mess right now because this pea shooter of a power supply is no good for this. It needs about 700 watts. It's about 450. That's in a 1,000 watt power supply, which is overkill, but I want to get something that's going to last me over the lifespan of whatever else I put in there. So I thought I might as well go significantly over. So this requires 700. That's 1,000, so it's more than enough. It gives me some room to do some more things when I buy another motherboard and say, you know, really want to push the power there. Obviously, this hard drive hanging out there is not the way it should be. Again, it's just, I just wanted to get it going, and I had to move things around to give it space because it was really tough to maneuver. So just to show you what I had before, so this used to be an old gaming laptop, old gaming desktop, which used to be pretty good for its time. It's an i7 system, which is a little outdated, but still got some power. And like I said, I'm going to be upgrading the motherboard on this, but I want to just do things modularly. So this kind of was a broken down machine, had a broken down hard drive, and the old graphics card was broken down. So I just got a very basic graphics card, which does the job as my daily driver. Look at the size difference. This is just like a, you know, $50, $60 graphics card. It's like half the size in the width and like 1/5 or 1/6 of the weight. It's a pea shooter, but you know, it was fine for just, you know, watching videos on YouTube and you know, using Excel. And I started to use this computer as my daily driver. It has, you know, three operating systems on there. It has 2 versions of Linux and Windows, which I put for gaming, so a triple boot system. So yeah, so that's quite a difference from sort of just your average Joe Schmo graphics card. The old gaming graphics card I had before this thing that I bought, which replaced it, was still about maybe a little bit longer than this, and maybe about double sort of the length here. So yeah, it's a beast. It really is a beast. But so far I'm pretty pleased with it. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video and this helps you decide if this is the right video card for you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe or comment. That all helps to push up its results in the algorithm. And if you decide to purchase this, you can of course get it from various sources, but there is an affiliate link out there that I do get paid a commission, which helps to encourage more content for me to create, both for the power supply that I used and also the card itself. And also, if you like to play even games as well, I am also an independent developer. I develop games for mobile, for desktop, and I have one of my free browser games, Ninja King Samurai Maze, which there's actually a link which you can click on, and you can play that for free. So hope you enjoyed the video review, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.